Fantasy Flow Podcast loves the tush push a little too much.
And action.
Welcome to the Fantasy Flow Podcast. It's Austin, it's Andy. You know what the deal is. Thanks for rocking with us. We're here to recap Week 6, preview Week 7, fantasy football, NFL. If you like ball, give us a subscribe, give us a like. You know the drill. Andy, my man, Mr. 10 Fantasy Leagues, how'd you do this weekend? How'd you make out?
Oh, not so great. But still undefeated in one league, so I'll take it.
Nice.
And it's in a league with you in it. And 4-1 or 5-1 in a lot of good spots. So not too bad, not too great. I'll take it though. I had a good week. I had a good weekend.
That's good. Yeah, I had a terrible weekend in terms of fantasy football, but you know what? That's why we don't put all of our emotional eggs in one basket, right? Because we got the fantasy side, we got the sports betting side, and we have the actual fandom side. And us being Seattle boys, it was a phenomenal weekend. I mean, you got the Sounders winning. You have the Washington Huskies winning. You have Wazoo nearly upsetting Ole Miss. You have the Kraken getting off to a 2-0 start in the first time in team history. You have the Seahawks absolutely handling the Jaguars, which we'll get to here in a minute. And then you have the Seattle Mariners doing unprecedented things. Andy, you don't share my affinity for the Mariners, and that's your loss because this is the greatest season in Mariners history because they're 2 games away from the World Series as we record. We're recording on 10/14, Tuesday. So, exciting times, to say the least. And that's definitely helped me get through this week where I'm now chopped from all of my guillotine leagues, and my dynasty league is not looking good. And, injuries are going crazy this year. They go crazy every year, but it's so easy to forget because fantasy football is just a sport where, all summer long, it's just on paper. It's purely on paper. It's purely stats. We just forget every year how much is out of our control. And one league, it's just injuries. Quarterback, tight end, receivers in a 14-team, 3 wide receiver league where no one's available on waivers. It's just like, I'm cooked. That's it. I got Brock Bowers. He's not playing. I got J.J. McCarthy. He's not playing. I'm cooked.
I got Ibuka in a lot of spots. I got Puka in a couple spots. I have in the league that I'm 5-0. I have Garrett Wilson that got hurt, Puka that got hurt, and Ibuka that got hurt. No
way, all 3.
My entire bench is all injured, as well as one of my starters. Like I don't think that's ever happened to me before, where my entire bench is either out or on IR.
Yeah, that's devastating. To my point, there's so much that's out of our control, and it's so easy to forget, ramping up. We do all this research for fantasy football. But, who is handling injuries better than anyone, Andy? It's our Seattle Seahawks.
Dude.
Going up against Duval and Jacksonville. We were missing Devin Witherspoon, Reek Woolen, and Julian Love. And boy, howdy. The defensive front stepped up in that game. 7 sacks, 17 total QB hits in that game. That's a franchise record. Andy, what were your thoughts on the Seahawks this Sunday, and particularly the defense?
Byron Murphy and DeMarcus Lawrence. Those guys, game changers. They make Leonard Williams, we don't have to say much, right? But
he's been here. He's been doing that, yeah.
We all know who he is, but having those DeMarcus Lawrence and Byron Murphy making everybody else really good is just really important on the defensive front. I mean, anytime DeMarcus Lawrence sacked Trevor Lawrence, I was like screaming at the TV, Lawrence on Lawrence. You gotta love it, folks. Like, I'm just having a ball seeing him sack Lawrence sacking Lawrence. Like, it just
Lawrence on Lawrence violence. That's hilarious.
it made me so happy. And Nick Imawari came through in a huge way. Our DBs, this little guy that doesn't even seem like he should be playing football, Drake Thomas, I think is his name. Like, he looks like a running back, and he's playing linebacker. Like, the defense was all over the field, and Trevor Lawrence did not feel comfortable at all.
Absolutely. Yeah, I kind of admired Lawrence's toughness by the end of the game because he had just taken such a beating, and he's still out there putting his body on the line, making plays. He's rushing. Like, I didn't know he had that. I was impressed in that sense, just that he withstood all this pressure. But I can't say I was impressed with the Jags offense as a whole. ETN totally bottled up, and it was just great to see. I was honestly a little worried about the back end, and Brian Thomas got his statistically, but the offense was not moving. They actually had a huge play called back. So it was a Brian Thomas touchdown that was called back due to a Travis Hunter penalty. However, that only pushed them back 5 yards, and they still scored a touchdown on that drive. So it didn't really have an impact on the game. And the final score, 20-12, the game was not that close.
No.
The Seahawks, they dominated, and they had the ball first and goal from the 4-yard line at the 2-minute warning, and then they just chose to kneel down the clock. So, this was basically a blowout.
Yeah, I'll take it. Going across the country, facing another Florida team, they're coming off a hot win. I mean, it was on the road. Like, at this point, we got to talk about it. I'd almost rather be on the road in the playoffs because it gives me more confidence than being at home.
It's so weird. Yeah, under Mike McDonald, the Seahawks have a stellar road record, and they're literally a losing team, a below 500 team at home. Just totally backwards for a franchise that is still thought to have one of the better home field advantages in the league. That's just not how it's playing out. There's a couple factors at play there, but just to stay on the positive side, I really think that a good road team, like, it's indicative of a great locker room because you're on the road you're together with these guys for days at a time, and that could go south if your guys aren't getting along, if it's competitive in terms of where the leadership is coming from, if guys aren't on the same page in terms of how dedicated they are. Like, it just seems like a really focused group that enjoys the camaraderie of the road, and it's just resulting in great things where players are stepping up, just next man up, all that good stuff, all those cliches. One last note, we got to talk about JSN, man. He had a season-high 162 receiving yards, and he's on a 17-game pace for 1,972 yards, which would be an NFL record.
Wow.
How many of us saw that coming?
Not much, especially with the whole talk of Sam Darnold. I mean, JSN doesn't get those numbers without Sam Darnold being the MVP caliber player that he is right now. And what a loss Minnesota is, like, screaming at the door saying, why did we let go of Sam Darnold? Why did we let go of Daniel Jones? We've seen one good quarter from our quote-unquote rookie quarterback, and yet we're still competitive. I mean, props to them, but, man, props to Seattle. John Schneider getting Sam Darnold in here, building the offense around him, Clint Kubiak. I was not optimistic about this offense at all, and they are just firing on all cylinders.
Totally, yeah. No, I mean, we let go of Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Geno Smith. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot for the fan base to, like, see all those guys leave all at once, and to bring in Sam Darnold, who was very much a question mark at that time. I think the question's been answered. And I'll tell you what, this Jacksonville Jaguars defense, they've made a name for themselves. They made a living off of turnovers. They lead the league in turnovers, and the Seahawks go into Jacksonville, 0 turnovers, and we win the game. So, huge props to Sam Darnold. By the way, spoiler, it's not a spoiler alert. It's a professional tease. I have a MVP ladder coming up later this episode where I am going to share with you my top 5 MVP candidates. And now that we're a third of the way through the season, which is crazy to say. But, yeah, we'll see if Sam Darnold makes an appearance on that. All right, elsewhere around the league, Week 6 recap. Baker and the Bucks defeat Mac Jones and the Niners. And the 49ers, the biggest story out of this game, besides Baker Mayfield just lighting the league on fire, is that the Niners lose another star player to injury, and it looks like it's for the season. I'm talking about all-pro inside linebacker Fred Warner. He goes down. I think he broke his ankle. And
something, yeah.
Yeah, just absolutely devastating. Like, as a Seahawks fan, I feel bad. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. And it's been years at this point that the 49ers are just so snake-bitten when it comes to injuries, and I can't remember a worse year. It's literally everyone except for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, there's something going on with the 49ers turf, with the field. I mean, I feel like I said this last year. There is something in the water there, and they are cursed in the exact opposite way the Jets are cursed. The Jets just can't figure out anything, and then the 49ers they just get hurt. And they're both cursed in their own separate ways. And yes, I do feel bad for Fred Warner. It's fun to watch him play against anybody but the Seahawks. And now it's like another down year for the 49ers. They're just scraping the bottom of the barrel the whole entire year, just like last year.
Shout out to Kendrick Bourne. Shout out to Mac Jones. These guys who are stepping up and making serious contributions. I mean, the team keeps winning. They didn't win this week. The team that did win this week, the Tampa Bay Bucks, we got to talk about them too, because they were missing Chris Godwin, and then Mike Evans goes down, and now Emeka Egbuka goes down. So, like, it's a roller coaster in terms of injuries on that side. I mean, they were missing Tristan Wirfs, their left tackle. He's back now. So just a lot of turmoil, a lot of turnover, and just Baker Mayfield is just holding it all together, and he keeps grinding out wins. I mean, there wasn't even much drama to this. They just boat raced him in the second half. It was incredible.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm terrified of the Bucks.
Me too.
In terms of them being an NFC contender.
I mean, they're the number 1 team in the NFC right now. They're 5-1. Like, and they're kicking butt, and they're not slowing down no matter how many people get injured. I feel like Baker's cape just gets bigger and bigger and bigger every game. Like, he just is like, I'll throw my cape over you. Yep, okay, yeah, you come on in here too. I'll carry us to the promised land, and then he does it. And shout out to the Bucks. It's cool to see them be successful. It's cool to see Baker be successful. And but man, that division is, as we just saw, is no cakewalk.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, Monday Night Football. Let's talk about it. The Bills, they dropped one to the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons got off to an early lead, 21 points at halftime, and that's all the points they needed. They finished the game with 24, but they won by like 10. My takeaway is that, wow, it is easy for the Buffalo Bills to play with a lead. This was very challenging to see them try to play from behind against a team with a great pass rush. And that's not how we've talked about the Atlanta Falcons for the last couple decades, but I think we have to start acknowledging that they've found a great pass rush. They had an extra week to prepare for this game coming off a bye, but still, like, it's very scary to me what they're able to do. So.
Yeah, we have to remember that Penix and McCarthy, right, are technically like rookie quarterbacks. And it's hard for a team to rally around a rookie quarterback when they struggle. Hence the blowout that they've had, what they got blown out by the Carolina Panthers. Like, now that team, compared to what we saw last night against the Bills, is completely new teams, and I feel like that bye week was a perfect reset for the Falcons. They, like you said, they had a whole week to prep and prepare for rushing Josh Allen. And one thing I heard today driving home was, who on the receiving end, except for Kincaid, scares you from the Bills? Nobody, right?
Nobody.
And if they don't have Kincaid in the middle or to do those end zone throws, if you just pressure Josh Allen, he's going to have to try to throw to one of those wide receivers that you're not really scared of. So even if you have mediocre DBs, as long as he is threatened to throw the ball to them, then you should win that matchup most of the time, and that's exactly what we saw.
Yeah, I think they have like a mantra over there in Buffalo called "Everybody Eats," and it is just this, it's like an unselfishness that it's not about stats. It's just a group effort.
Yes.
And that's all well and good, but when you need someone to go get you a bucket, like they don't have that guy.
No.
And I think it's gonna bite them. I don't know, Andy. Does this result actually have you worried about the Bills moving forward?
A little bit, but also they're missing Matt Milano, which is I could go off on a completely different topic on why you pay and wait for your quote-unquote best player that's never available. They need something else, but they tried that last year. They tried to get Amari Cooper halfway through the year, and that didn't really work out. So I think they need to. I haven't lost any faith in Joe Brady. I think what I lost faith in is the defense and the defensive schemes, and it seems like they're still trying to figure out how to work as a defense.
Yeah, that's important to point out. I think Taylor Rapp at safety is a real weakness for that team. They have very poor safety play. Drake London just ate. Bijan Robinson, once he broke through that first level, I mean, like, good luck. Like he just embarrassed that safety. All right, elsewhere around the league, let's talk about the other Monday night game. The Bears got their revenge against the Commanders.
Oh, yeah. Let's go Bears.
That was a crazy game for a lot of reasons, but the Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams of it all, the history of what happened last year with the Hail Mary ruining the Bears season, and their starting kicker, Cairo Santos, who's very reliable, he just happened to miss this game. He had some sort of leg muscle freak thing like the day before the game. And so Jake Moody, former Niners washout, has to play, and he's like lights out until a field goal gets blocked. It was just way too low, and suddenly it's like, oh, it's all happening again. Like, this is why the Bears are going to lose. He already had one blocked, and then Caleb Williams does great. First of all, that fumble was ridiculous. I get that it's raining, but Jaden Daniels, it was 100% on him. He literally just fumbled the ball away, trying to hand the ball off. He never actually caught the snap. He just kind of like the ball basically just kind of like bounced off of his hands, off of the running back, and recovered by the defense. They just gave the game away. Caleb Williams drives down. They set up for a field goal. Even after all that, I did not think there was any chance that Jake Moody was going to make that kick. I was like, the Bears are cursed. They're not going to... And, look, right down the middle. It's perfect. Bears win.
Dude,
Andy?
Bears win. And even when they win, they weren't as excited as a win when they beat the Raiders. I was like, come on, guys. Like, this is a huge win. And no, they were jumping up and down. They were celebrating with Moody. It was cool to watch. In Washington, too, on the road. Bears are 3-2, man. The NFC is stacked right now, and any team could be buyers, and I am excited to see these next couple of weeks before the trade deadline to see who thinks they're the best buyer, who thinks they're the ahead of the pack.
If you had to guess, how many teams in the NFC do you think are below 500?
3.
It's 4. Every team basically is in it except for those. Very, very compelling. I think it's better when the Bears are good. This is great. This is going to set up for a bunch more competitive, intriguing NFC North matchups for the rest of the year. Speaking of the NFC North, the Chiefs, they beat the Lions at home in Arrowhead. There are a bunch of eyeballs on this game. This was very classic. Yeah. It felt like 2 years ago. It was like a classic regular season. You got Taylor Swift up in the booth. You know, you got the refs like screwing over the Lions on the goal line. Are you familiar with that play? It was 4th and goal, and of course Dan Campbell's going for it. They call up this crazy trick play. Jared Goff, he's under center, and then he goes from under center to in motion, and then they do a snap to the running back, throw it to Goff, who scores, and the refs are like, "You can't do that." Like
that you didn't tell us you were going to do that, so you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm neither one of us know the rule book enough to say that the refs are wrong, but I do know that sucks. that was just a bogus call. Like I don't understand that at all.
How do you not tell the refs that you're going to run an unconventional play? Can I run it by you and make sure it follows the rules? Like, that's just such an oversight, in my opinion. And they did the same thing with the reporting, like you mentioned a couple years ago. Like,
yeah, they said they did say that, like, oh, we're gonna do this, and then he reported, and then it was that one ref threw the flag, and they were like, but we said,
yeah, that's true. I do remember that part, but I don't know. It just, and even the way that Jared Goff catches the ball, runs into his lineman, and is like, "Oh no!" But then the Chiefs still can't tackle him, even though he's just like standing still. When I saw that happen, I was like, Trevor Lawrence all over again. Like, you guys are just watching the quarterback run in uncontested, and he's just like standing there ready to be tackled. But of course, the refs had to call it back, like you said. I mean, yes, the refs are annoying. Yes, the Chiefs are annoying. Taylor Swift is annoying. But Patrick Mahomes, man, he is showing that he is still that guy. He is not letting his foot off the gas. 250-plus yards, 3 touchdowns. He only missed 8 throws. I mean, this guy, he doesn't care who's out there. Like, that's the difference between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, is Josh Allen has to put on this Superman cape and kind of like feel like he has to take over the game, where like Patrick is like, I'm going to take over the game by distributing it to my best players and make the throws when I need to. And he is just that like level up of Josh Allen.
Yeah, that was a huge takeaway for me, that like Mahomes is all the way back, and now he gets Rashee Rice back going into next week. So, I think moving forward, both these teams are like top 5 in the league. This was a lot of good on good. I mean, from schematics to play, like, it was great stuff. Like, the defense is forcing Mahomes to go through his reads, and then he checks it down, and then Travis Kelce, they need 7 yards. He gets them 7.5, and it's a first down. It was just like a lot of good on good. And, I'm not worried about either team moving forward. It was just a great classic Sunday night football game. So,
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Except for the fight.
A great classic fight. Yeah.
At the end of the game, I'd much rather see it happen in the fourth quarter or at halftime or something. But just at the end of the game, it just seems like such a unclassy move to go and take a cheap shot at a guy when people are running in the field. And everyone knows the game is over. I don't know. It just it was not.
You really want to do it before the game, like Jalen Carter. Yeah, that's when real men fight.
Yeah, that's when real men show their anger or show their disappointment with each other
before the game. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Anyways.
No, yeah, I love it. I love fights. I love the drama. Like no one was hurt. True. Like just let them fight.
Yeah.
That's a hot take of mine that I've kind of maintained. Sports, really. As long as no one's like breaking an arm or like choking someone out, like just let them fight it out.
All sports.
Who doesn't love a good like NBA brawl? Like
yeah. The Palace and the Malice in the Palace might fight back on you on that one, but yeah,
that was awesome.
Well, for some people.
All right. Whatever. Look, there's lots of games this weekend. They'll come up as we continue to talk, but
sure.
I think we should move on to our TEC, Team Elimination Challenge.
Oh boy.
Yeah, buckle up. So, last week, we eliminated the New York Giants, who then kicked ass on Thursday Night Football against the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, some of our decisions have aged better, but I don't know. I'm still not pegging the Giants to go to the playoffs, but
No,
we'll see.
no.
We'll see. I mean, of all the teams in the pit, I mean, they got to be the spiciest. So we got to be careful how we move forward, Andy. Look, you've been itching to eliminate the Raiders. The Raiders got a win against the Titans, 20-10.
Mm-hmm.
I look around the league elsewhere. We have a 1-5 Miami Dolphins still hanging out there.
Oh yeah.
I'm perfectly fine eliminating either one of those.
We really need to start talking about how bad the Ravens are. But I'm going to move on and probably talk about the Cardinals a little bit more.
Ooh.
Jacoby Brissett looked way better than Kyler Murray. That should be raising some major red flags if you're a Cardinals anything. But they still lost. So they're 2-4. The Miami is the fact that they are 1-5 and their quarterback is calling out their teammates for not showing up to meetings or showing up late. This is just like a classic I'm frustrated moment where he's definitely said something out loud to his teammates before and they still aren't getting the message. So now he's like, I don't know how else to demonstrate that this is important to us. So I'm just going to say it in front of this microphone right here. That deserves to be eliminated. There's no way this team makes it to the playoffs. After that post-conference, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I mean, I don't think the Cardinals make the playoffs. That is super alarming. I mean, hey, one of my fantasy face-off picks, I picked the Colts to cover the spread. That was before I knew that Brissett was quarterback. I never would have picked him if I knew Kyler was out. No, right. I'm half joking. But, man, the Raiders, they beat the Titans to improve to 2-4, but they did not beat the Titans in a way that was like a bounce back. Like, no. All of the concerns are either linger or we're even more concerned. Like Geno did not have a good game. They just happened to score 20 points, and the other team, I guess the defense, but like the level of competition is so low. Like, put it this way, the Titans fired their head coach after this game. Right. And it wasn't because they got beat so bad. Like, it was because the Raiders were so bad and they still lost.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm down to just eliminate the Raiders and grant you your wish, or we can. That'd be spicier to go Cardinals.
I mean, if the Dolphins are there for the taking, we have to take a 1-5 team at this point. John Harbaugh said it the other day. Only 4 teams have done it before, and I don't see this Miami team being one of the 5th one. So let's get them out of here.
All right, Dolphins, you're done.
You gone.
All right, new segment for the Fantasy Flow. Look, everyone's doing it. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to make a top 5 MVP candidates through 6 weeks. There's 18 weeks in the regular season, so we're 1/3 of the way through. I'm going to throw up top 5, and then I'm going to adjust it every other week for the rest of the season. And coming in at number 5, his team doesn't have a winning record, but I think he's played well enough to earn a spot on this list. It's Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott leads the league in passing yards, and he's second in passing touchdowns. And just watching him, he's just a leader. He's so classy. He's careful with the football, and he's just handled the loss of CeeDee Lamb so well, and that offense is just absolutely cooking.
I want him in fantasy. I like watching him as a whole. He has this one trait about him, and it's called the not clutch trait. And everything besides that, he is a true professional, helps his team, even when nobody else helps him out.
Right. So I'm giving Dak his flowers with number 5. Number 4, it's Josh Allen. Look, he was higher on this list before Monday, but I got to drop him. That was a game they were favored to win, and the Falcons made him look mid. But look, we're not here to just trash these guys. He's number 4 in my MVP rankings because he leads all quarterbacks in rushing yards, and he's right up there in total touchdowns. Number 3, I got Jared Goff. I talked about it in the offseason. I said if this Lions offense can continue to do what they've done without Ben Johnson, Jared Goff deserves a lot of credit. And that's exactly what's happening. I know they lost to the Chiefs. I blame the refs. I blame everyone else. I think that the Lions are great. Jared Goff's great. And, he leads the league in passing touchdowns. That's a pretty cool stat to lead the league in.
Yeah, classic Jared Goff, right?
Number 2. Patrick Mahomes, number 2.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna do it, folks.
I mean, the Chiefs are 3-3, but this is the MVP we're talking about. There's a little bit of projection going on here. I think this offense is just going to keep going up, but 6 weeks in, as it stands, Patrick Mahomes leads the league in total touchdowns, pass touchdowns, rush touchdowns combined, and he's only thrown 2 interceptions. So that's like elite stuff, and it totally shows up with the eyeball test. He's always past that. I mean, he's the total leader, just like Dak Prescott. It's like that offense doesn't have a run game. It doesn't have much else going on. It's just Mahomes. So that leaves me nowhere else to go but number 1, Baker Mayfield, baby.
Not Bo Nix? What the hell, dude?
that would have been so funny. I wish I'd done that. Oh man, but no. I mean, you just look at the stats. I mean, Baker Mayfield, he leads the league in toughness, moxie, grit, and dog.
Damn.
Yeah, that's hard to argue. I mean, that's numbers don't lie. So
12 touchdowns, 1 interception, 66% completions percentage. He's up there in top 5 in total yardage. I mean, this guy, as we mentioned earlier, his cape is as big as the football field. I mean, it's getting too big at this point.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see without Emeka Egbuka. But yeah, right now he's at number 1. Only 1 interception through 6 games. Only quarterback to have less is Justin Fields, and that's because he doesn't throw the ball. So, And then on top of this top 5, I have my offensive player of the year, which is, that's a non-quarterback award. MVP is a quarterback award.
Right.
OPOY is a non-quarterback award. And through 6 games, in that spot, I got JT, Jonathan Taylor. He leads the league in rushing yards, and he has 2 more touchdowns than any other player in the league.
I can't argue with that one. I can argue a little bit with your top 5, but JT.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Yeah, no, by all means.
Yeah. I mean, after the Monday night game, I know you created the list before, but we got to throw Josh Allen at 5, Jared Goff at 4, and as much as I love Dak, I think there's another player that I really like coming up, and his name's Drake May.
Okay.
So I think Drake May at 5, Josh Allen at 4, or Jared Goff at 4. I don't know. Those 2 would be tough. Josh Allen, Jared Goff, but I totally agree. Baker and Patrick at 1 and 2.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm looking at stats that are like total stats, but then you can get into the advanced analytics and the efficiency numbers, and those stats have Drake May in the top 5 easily. And they also have Sam Darnold in the top 5.
Wow.
There are these quarterbacks who are more like game managey quarterbacks whose offenses aren't lighting the league on fire, but they're very efficient and just everything you'd want from a quarterback. But we'll see. I think it's wheels up for the Patriots next 2 weeks. Titans, Browns. So he could absolutely be on my top 5 in 2 weeks.
Sure.
All right. That was fun. Let's look ahead to week 7. Yeah, we've seen more exciting game slates. You got to scroll down to the bottom, and eventually you do find some epic primetime matchups. We have the Falcons and the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. Bijan Robinson versus CMC. I imagine this is going to be a very close game. I mean, these two NFC teams who are both have weaknesses but are both exciting to watch. And then you got Bucks versus Lions. That's like a potential NFC title game. I mean, outside of the Eagles, those are probably the two best teams in the NFC, and we got to see them on Monday night. And then, the other game that no one will be watching because of Bucks Lions is Seahawks Texans.
Yeah. I don't know why the hell they put that at 7:00 at night, West Coast time. That makes no sense to me, but it is what they chose to do. I don't know what you're saying about scrolling down. Like, yeah, okay, the first couple are pretty rough, but man, Eagles, Vikings, Giants, Broncos, we get to see Jackson Dart, Colts, Chargers, the 5-1 Colts, 4-2 Chargers, Commanders, Cowboys, divisional game. Like, there's a lot of there's about half the slate is pretty good, I would say.
I like that Commanders Cowboys game because the loser of that is like suddenly a distant third, in the division.
Yes.
But yeah, you know what? You're right. We need more positivity. So yeah, no, I'm totally with you. The Vikings, I just don't know who's starting at quarterback, but Vegas still has that point spread. It's pretty tight. So that should be a good one.
Yes. I'm excited to see the drama around Philly. Honestly, that's been like my tea, if you will, is just seeing how they interact from week to week with each other. And then I love the Colts, and the Chargers are a kind of a quiet favorite of mine. So that's going to be an exciting matchup. And I mean, Jackson Dart, one thing we didn't mention is that Thursday night game, Jackson Dart beating the Philadelphia Eagles. He has not only reignited the Giants and their fan base and their optimism for this year and the future, but him and Cam Scatterbo have honestly ignited the NFL fans. We were kind of waiting for this spark of the season. Obviously, as we just said, Baker's going off. It's cool to see Patrick Mahomes do Patrick Mahomes things. Daniel Jones is kind of a cool story, but man, these guys bring the energy. They bring the boom. Like, they know how to entertain a crowd, and they are doing it to perfection. And they're going against like the best defense in the league with the Broncos, and I'm excited to see how they're going to do because they're exciting to watch.
Yeah. I want to dismiss that blowout of the Eagles on Thursday Night Football as like, Thursday night's weird. Like, it's a rookie quarterback. They don't have tape on him. Like, it's kind of a fluky thing, but that can't be 100% true. Like, that can't explain it all away. And the Giants are going up against the Broncos. Very tough defense. I don't like the Giants in that game, but I am scared. As a Bo Nix supporter, as someone with money on the Broncos this season, I am scared of that matchup.
Right.
What do they have in the tank? Is this sustainable? Like, can you tackle Cam Scatterbo? Like, these are questions.
Yeah. That defensive line versus Cam Scatterbo, like the Giants' defensive line versus Bo Nix. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm definitely gonna be a highlight that afternoon for sure.
All right. We've talked ball. We've talked MVP. We've talked TEC.
Oh.
Let's talk fantasy football. Andy, who are you flowing into your lineup for week 7?
All right. I'm going with Jordan Addison. Now, caveat, we have not discussed these players at all prior to us mentioning. So I'm excited to see if we have any repeats, if we're thinking the same thing, which I think we're going to agree on one. I'm going to start with Jordan Addison against Philadelphia. The defensive backs are non-existent over there in Philly. As I mentioned, they're like my T this season. So, dude, Reed Blankenship is hurt. Cooper DeJean, has he made a play at all this year that's been noteworthy? I don't think so. Quinion Mitchell.
That's fighting words, bro. Quintanamo
yeah.
Bay? Quintanamo Bay?
Oh man, I'm losing memory of where they went. Yeah. So give me the guy that can pretty much beat any coverage, and I don't care who's playing at quarterback. He's going to be successful. Give me Jordan Addison this week.
Yeah, there's a real problem with the Eagles' defense. That was probably my least favorite part about Thursday Night Football, was the defense. Offense has its struggles, play calling, it's not balanced. They got to figure it out. I trust they'll figure it out. They're loaded on offense.
Sure.
Defense, they lost some guys in free agency. They lost their coordinator again. Yeah, that was yikes. So, yeah, I think that's a fine pick. Fine pick. I'll follow your lead. I'll go with my wide receiver. This one's deep, okay? If you're in like a 10-man league, you probably got better options. But if you're not, and if you need options, I'm here to remind you about Carolina Panthers slot receiver Jalen Coker, who has not played this season. He's been on IR. They've been very conservative with his recovery, and it sounds like he's going to come back this week. So he's still on IR right now. So, I mean, as of this recording Tuesday night, check your waivers. He might be available. If he's not, if you've been holding him this whole time, I'm here to say go ahead and throw him into your lineup.
Damn. That's a deep cut. I love it. I went and grabbed him in multiple leagues last week because
nice.
The leagues that I had the IR spot available, at least I should say, and he was available. Banking on him coming back soonish. I don't know if it's actually this week, but he's going against the Jets defense, and I couldn't agree more.
Every week, I flow in a player who doesn't end up playing. I either flow in or flow out a player who doesn't end up playing. Last week, I told you to flow out Terry McLaurin. So hopefully you did that because he didn't play at all.
Yeah.
So maybe that's going to happen again. But just my last note here, it's against the Jets, and I think T-Mac is going to draw coverage from Sauce Gardner. And their other DBs are injured, so I just really like the matchup there.
Sure, that's fair. I'm going to do a little caveat here. I didn't put a single running back down on either side because all our running backs are hurt. You're probably playing Kendre Miller. You're probably playing Vidal, and that doesn't look that bad after last week. My point is, I don't need to give you guys advice on running backs because there's not a lot of options at this point. So good luck in that regard. I'm going to go with Drake May as my quarterback. Now, I went on a lot of my leagues. A lot of people have already grabbed Drake May, have already started Drake May. So they're ahead of the curve. I love that. If you haven't done those things, you need to do that now. He's going against... drumroll please, the Titans, as we just mentioned this week. This should be an easy smash.
Yeah.
Yes. Titans, it's an easy win for the Patriots, and Drake May, as we just mentioned, is playing at NFL MVP caliber level.
The QB that I'm flown into my lineup, I wouldn't start him above Drake May, I don't think, but I like Daniel Jones this week. He's playing the Chargers in LA, but that's not a scary environment for opposing teams. It's nice. It's beautiful. They don't have a lot of fans. Chargers nearly lost to the Dolphins. That I feel like we didn't really talk about that, and I don't feel like we need to talk about that. But the Chargers are hurting. Okay, multiple injuries at running back. They've lost both of their star tackles, and they traded away their starting safety, Alohi Gilman.
That's
so just a weird move,
right.
And it didn't really cost them against the Dolphins a whole lot. But I think just the Colts with their offense, their arsenal of receivers, I think Daniel Jones, they have the guys to make them pay for that. I think they're going to miss their starting safety in this one.
He has 4 rushing touchdowns. He has 8 throwing touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, 71% completion percentage. Almost 72. I mean, This guy is efficient. This guy is smart. He loves his guy, Tyler Warren. Michael Pittman has his up and down games, but I think this is a huge I almost put Michael Pittman down for this game. So, yes, give me Daniel Jones. Even if he doesn't throw a crazy amount, he will run a decent amount.
Indianapolis Colts alone in first place in the AFC.
Them in Tampa. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm going to go with Harold Fannin the tight end for the Browns. Harold Fannin, Njoku got hurt. The Browns are going against the crappy Miami Dolphins. It's going to be the old vet Darren Waller versus the new young-coming rookie Harold Fannin. I think he gets a lot of targets. Nobody else can seem to catch the damn ball in Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy drops every other pass. They don't have any other wide receivers of notable name. And if Judkins gets game scripted out, then apparently Gabriel has to throw the ball 52 times in one game. You're asking your second game of your rookie quarterback to throw the ball over 50 times. What the hell are you thinking? Anyway, this guy's going to succeed. He doesn't have much competition. Harold Fannin this week.
I like that call. I had no idea Njoku was dealing with an injury. So, yeah, that clarifies things a lot. Because I'm a big Njoku guy, and that was a problem. I was like, oh, my God, I've totally messed up drafting Njoku. It's Fannin. And then I switched to Fannin, and then Fannin has like a couple down games. And then I just don't know what to think. And then they switch their quarterback, and then they trade their quarterback away, and it's just chaos. But, yeah, if Gabriel is going to be asked to throw the ball 40-plus times a game, then I think that's a pretty safe – yeah, it was 50 last week. But, yeah, that's just a pretty safe bet, period.
Yes.
Hilarious anecdote from Mike Tomlin. He was, I don't know if he was asked or if he just gave it unprompted, but he was talking about the Browns, and this is in the context of the fact that the Steelers play the Bengals this week. He said, if you're the Browns, you have a division rival in the Bengals who are just drowning with this quarterback issue. Why would you throw them a lifeline? Why would you throw a division rival a lifeline and give them Joe Flacco for like a bag of beans? And he's saying this because he has to go play Joe Flacco this week. And he's like, why did my division rival do this to my other division rival? Now they're like suddenly competitive again. Just the Browns are a mess, dude.
The Browns are a mess. And why did Myles Garrett stay there? I do not know. No matter how much money they throw at you, this team is never going to win.
All right, last player I'm throwing in my lineup, flowing into my lineup, David Montgomery. Everything you said about running backs is true. If you have David Montgomery, start him. If you don't, then you're struggling at that position probably. But yeah, they're favored by 5.5 this week, and he just gets more work when they're up. So I think it's going to be a good Montgomery week. His coach, Dan Campbell, came out and said that he wants to get him the ball more. So,
okay, I like it.
Players were flowing out. Quarterback, I just said whoever the 49ers are starting. I don't like that situation. I think the magic is worn off with Mac Jones. I don't like Purdy in his first game back, and they're going up against the Falcons D that just made Josh Allen look mid. Like, no.
Yeah. Yep. And by all account, by their luck, whoever they start is just going to get hurt again, and then they're going to have to throw in the other hurt guy. So yeah, I'm totally with you there. I didn't pick a quarterback, but I'm going to go Wan'Dale Robinson against Denver.
Yeah.
PS2, Patrick Surtain, number 2, is the real deal. This guy, never start your starting wide receiver if you are going against Broncos, because he will lock him down. He doesn't even need to follow him. He will lock him down. I love Wan'Dale as a player. I just hyped up the Jackson Dart and the Giants. I'm flowing Wan'Dale out of my lineup this week.
I love that. And yeah, I got another one, sort of a similar vein. I'm flowing out Romeo Doubs from my lineup. A lot of people, look, this is not national media, like this isn't common knowledge at this point, but there's a rookie DB, Will Johnson, for the Cardinals, and he was thought to be like a top 15 pick in this year's draft, and then he fell due to medical concerns, but his medicals were fine. He started like week 1. Like, he's totally fine, shouldn't have fallen. Should be thought of as one of the top rookie DBs. Pro Football Focus, all these other like metrics have him graded out as like one of the best cover corners in the game right now. So yeah, I'm, for a lot of the same logic that you're using, I'm benching the Packers' number 1 wide receiver against the Cardinals this week.
They have a lot of good DBs. They have this other guy, Jalen Thompson, Arizona does. Yeah, I totally like that. And one thing to note is Matthew Golden is getting the ball more. Look him up if you don't know. He's getting more attention, getting more offensive, getting more snaps, more opportunities. That's going to affect Romeo Dobbs. Jalen Reed is coming back soon. That's going to affect Romeo Dobbs. I say sell, 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 and sit, sit, sit. I'm going to go with T. Higgins against Pittsburgh. This is a short week. It's a divisional opponent against a pretty nasty defense. They're not top tier, but they're still good. And it is still the Bengals. We have to remember that. Like, Joe Flacco is not the savior that you think he is. Yes, it's an upgrade, but it's not a miracle worker. So this is going to be a low-scoring game. Take the under. Pittsburgh is favored by 5.5. Like, this is not going to be a shoot-'em-out game. This is going to be a grind and pound and slow burn of a game, I think. So I'm taking T. Higgins out of my lineup if I have him.
Yeah, you never want to get involved with the grind and pound games. I have one more player that I'm flowing out of my lineup. It's a running back. If you can afford to take him out, do it. If not, just lower your expectations for Travis Etienne, Jaguars running back, going up against the LA Rams. The Rams defense is no joke. Etienne, he's had a couple disappointing games in a row, and I don't like this trend for the Jags. I think they're struggling just offensively in general. Bad vibes. Lots of running backs in that room. I think they're sharing the ball a little bit more than they were at the very start of the season. I don't like the game script either. I think the Rams are gonna take this one. So
Trevor's gonna have to throw a lot in this one, and the defensive line for the Rams are no joke. Jared Verse, Poona Ford, Byron Young, Frisk. I forget his first name, but they're tough. They're very tough. And I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts against San Francisco. Look, it kind of works. It kind of doesn't. I know the tight ends are a crapshoot in the first place. I think the 49ers are going to have their hands full. And it's still a good defense. They still have good DBs. They're going to be playing defense a lot, but I just don't really trust Kyle Pitts against this matchup. It's a gut feeling. I can't tell you much more than that.
No worries. Yeah, no, I like that. I mean, that's what you have to do at tight end, right? So. Yep,
gut feelings, correct.
All right, week 7 of our games picks challenge against the spread. Let's take a look at what happened last week real quick. I had a down week. I was getting lazy. I picked 2 teams that got me a W the week before, and they both let me down. So I'm 1-2, and Andy Phillips, 3-0. Holy cow, Andy. Congrats. I'll flip it over to you in a sec. I just want to point out that we're now both above 500 on the season, which is good. But we're tied again overall in the standings, which is bad because the loser at the end of the year has to quit their jobs and enlist in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Oh, my God.
Stakes are high.
You're not ready for this one. I got my list.
He got a list.
I got my list.
All right, well, too bad you're not going first. Because
what? Oh, come on. Get out of here. All right, let's hear it.
No, you went first last time, and you went 3-0. So I'm going to take this one. And, I think I have a pretty good idea where I want to go because I think I have a pretty good idea where you want to go. And that is to New York, where the Panthers are going to come in and beat the Jets by at least 3 points. I'm taking them to cover 2.5.
Are you okay? What did you drink before this recording? You're talking about my Panthers, don't you?
Well, they're my Panthers this week.
Oh, well, that's just dirty. That's just wrong. Okay, well, I didn't even write them down. I
drank a lot to answer your question.
I didn't even write them down, but it's still, how dare you? How dare you?
I totally believe you. Yeah.
Hey, bud, it's all in the notes here, so... I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. They are my tea. They are my drama, and I'm going to follow them at least for this week. They have a -1.5 against the Vikings. Give me Philadelphia.
All right. Yeah, that was definitely on my list. But it wasn't my next pick. My next pick is going to be a team. I'm going to pick them 3 straight weeks in a row.
Oh, my gosh.
They got me a W 2 weeks ago. Last week, they got a W. They just didn't cover the spread. I don't hold that against them, though. This week, they're underdogs. I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts plus 1.5 against the Chargers.
Okay, they were the last one on my list. I do appreciate that pick. But how, after what we saw last night, on Monday night, how is the Falcons not favored against the battered 49ers? Give me the Falcons at plus 2.5 against the 49ers.
This is ridiculous. Okay, so I went first, and like my list is gone. I
get smoked, kid.
Oh my god, I feel like I just jumped out of a plane without a parachute. I don't have the spreads up in front of me.
Now he's panicking.
Oh, I'm scrolling. Okay, screw it. Give me the Broncos to cover 7.5 points against the Giants. Guys, football lies, okay? The Broncos, they struggled to beat the Jets last week, and the Giants destroyed the reigning Super Bowl champions in prime time. Football lies. I think those are both outliers. Give me the Broncos to beat the Giants.
Okay. The Bo Nix believer continues. He's revived. I love it. That was not on my list, so give me Dallas plus 2.0 against Washington. Oh, sorry, we're doing halves, 1.5s. It's their underdog. Dallas is not favored. After what we saw Monday night, I don't know why they believe in the 49ers. I don't know why they believe in the Commanders. Give me the teams that are facing those guys. Yes, Dallas plus 1.5 against Washington.
Right on. Well, that should be super interesting to track. I'm, not the teams that I thought I'd be back in, but yeah, it should be fun. We're tied.
Yes.
Tied 10 through 6 weeks. Yeah, that's right.
Of course we are. What else? What else would it be, right? At this point.
All right. Well, that's it for this week. Like, subscribe, all the things. Andy, anything more you want to say to the people?
Thank you, and see you next time.
Go Mariners.
Bye.
Thanks a ton for making it to the end of the episode. You're a real one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's a free, easy way to support the show, and it really helps us out. And leave us your comments down below if you're on YouTube, or send in your questions at the Fantasy Flow Podcast at gmail.com. Until next time.